Yo, what's good? It's your man 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Tonight I want to do a video about the New York Knicks and what is their path to success next season as they acquire Donovan Mitchell. If you like this video, smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. You know what to do. I appreciate all the support and the love. I definitely do. So I want to do this video because I think it's kind of cool to look at how pieces come together. And how teams can be able to maximize the talent and potential a roster, a team has. And for the New York Knicks, they have a lot of components that can be effective. They have a lot of components that are necessary to not just winning in the regular season, but now with the addition of Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson, winning in the postseason. Now, I want to say that first and foremost, next season hinges on Julius Randle. And I want to say that because he's one of those players with a personality that is so powerful in terms of the locker room, the team chemistry, dynamic, the movement of the ball, guys playing for one another, coming together, the continuity of the team. He is somebody who has the ability to shift that team probably more than almost any other player outside of hopefully Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle also has the ability to be a cornerstone. And when I say a cornerstone, I mean somebody who you can rely upon night in and night out to keep you in games. His motor, his physicality, his ability to dominate on the interior, to put pressure on defenses is something that is rare. His third team All NBA selection, I'm not going to say it was not a fluke, but I'm going to say it's not to say he's not that level of player, that he's on that fringe. In other words, he has the type of talent that can elevate a franchise. He has a type of talent that can be leveraged and put within a system that can take the burden and the pressure off carrying an offense from guys who simply aren't suited for it. Julius Randle is. And I think that one of the key components is not just going to be his attitude. That's first and foremost. But it's also going to be his chemistry with Jalen Brunson. Whether or not he has great chemistry with R.J. Barrett is neither here nor there, because Julius Randle is not necessarily somebody who you're going to rely upon to set up R.J. Barrett. I think R.J. Barrett is going to eat no matter what, especially next to Brunson, Derrick Rose coming back, and just being kind of the franchise darling at this point, being somebody that is going into a contract year. He's going to be ready to go. He's going to be highly engaged. I expect a good year from him. But Julius Randle's chemistry with Jalen Brunson, running pick and roll, pick and pop, trusting him to facilitate the offense and ensure that Randle is the efficient version of himself, is going to be the foundation for helping the Knicks to have a successful season. And when I say a successful season, I mean 45 plus wins, right? Getting into the playoffs, making some noise in the playoffs. Now, the next level is going to be Jalen Brunson. He's going to have to hit the ground running. He's going to have to be efficient. He's going to have to get the trust of his teammates immediately. And he's going to have to be somebody who can be that second option capable, but willing to take a back seat and set everyone else up. This will hold everyone accountable. If Jalen Brunson can get his, but is still being unselfish, right? That's going to convict people like Julius Randle, right? That's going to convict the R.J. Barrett. I know it's a contract year. You want to get yours, but make this extra pass. You know why? Because I am. Because I can get 20 any night, but I'm still going to be unselfish and set you up, right? Those are the type of dynamics within a team roster that can actually shape a team. That's how you start moving into that Toronto Raptors, Golden State Warriors type of chemistry where guys play for one another. And I think that Jalen Brunson is going to play a huge part in that. Now, I think the next layer of things is going to be Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau, look, we already know his limitations. If you follow my channel, you understand how I feel about him. I think he's, first round exit coach. That's just who he is. But one of the biggest moments in his career is going to be this season. Can he bring these guys together? Look, we're not asking for you to be Brad Stevens, Tyronn Lue, offensive adjustments, scheming. We know that's not you. We know you're going to stick to defense, even if you don't have a defensive roster. But can you bring a team together? And this is a foundational component when it comes to being a coach at any level. Can you get guys to buy in, play together, to actually enjoy playing with one another on the court and trusting that each person on that court with them is going to actually play a role in their success, right? This is something that Tom Thibodeau is going to need to do in an incredible way right from the jump. One, because you're bringing in Donovan Mitchell and you're losing so many guys who have been with the team already, who have experienced success with the team already, right? And so you're going to have a little bit of that energy where players are saying, you know what, this guy was my friend that just left. And we're bringing in this dude. Okay, cool, but I don't know him like that, right? This is where Tom Thibodeau and his coaching staff are going to have to bring the guys together. I don't know if they're going to have to do one of those things where they have a training camp someplace far, where they have to like see each other every single day and they're, staying in these barracks or whatever. Do what you got to do. But this team needs to be together when the season starts. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the schemes here. What needs, and I truly believe this, the New York Knicks need to set a precedent from day one. Donovan Mitchell, we understood that you carried your offense in Utah. I mean, you didn't carry it. You had, Bojan Bogdanovic, really good offensive player. You had Mike Conley setting the table. You had some good pieces. But the role that you played in Utah is not the role we want for you here in New York. We're going to need you to play on both ends, and we need you to play a part of this system. We need you to move off the ball, right? We need you to move when guys drive and relocate for a kick out. We don't need you to try to attack the rim every single time. We need you to be efficient. And this is where this reconnects with Tom Thibodeau and even Jalen Brunson, is that guys are going to have to start playing for one another. Now, the tough part is that Donovan Mitchell is not exactly known for being able to be a high-level facilitator, playmaker when it comes to setting other guys up. It's just not something that's in his wheelhouse skill set. I think he can develop that over time, but that's not the role he needs in season one. In season one, what you want to see is an efficient Donovan Mitchell who still plays defense, right? Because what this is going to do is going to allow his teammates to trust him and to feel like he's coming there to be a part of the team, not to take over and do his own thing, right? And so what I anticipate seeing is a lot of offense that's centered around Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, and Donovan Mitchell still getting his, but being asked to play more off the ball than he probably has his entire career in the NBA. Because remember, when he came into the NBA, right, they didn't know he was going to be this good. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you're kind of our best offensive option. We need you to take on this huge role, right? And he did, and he looked amazing. But that hasn't been a recipe for sustained success. And so what I think the Knicks need to do is to create an offense that says, look, we're going to be setting up each of you, right, between Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Donovan Mitchell. And let's not forget about Mitchell Robinson. You know what I mean? Let's make sure that we get these guys involved equally. Even though Donovan Mitchell is going to be, we know he's a superstar talent, but it still needs to be equal distribution because you got egos. Julius Randle has an ego. If he sees Donovan Mitchell coming there taking 20 shots a game on low efficiency, Julius Randle's going to be like, hell, I could have did that. Shit, I did that last year. I did that the year before, right? And so that's something that Tom Thibodeau is going to be challenged with. And Donovan Mitchell is going to have to be willing to play a role in this offense. Now, I think it could lead to big things because, like I said, Julius Randle's ability to carry an offense throughout the regular season is a rare talent. And mixed in with the point guard floor generalship of Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett in a contract year, he's going to look to have his best career year so he can get that max contract. And the addition of Donovan Mitchell, you have an offense that should be highly efficient because of the weapons that they have. And so the anticipation is that they share the wealth. The anticipation is that they play together. And if they can do that, I wouldn't be shocked to see them somewhere in that 6-4 range in the playoffs. And with the right matchup, they can get to that second round. Who knows if a third round, if they're healthy and playing well together. Why? because Donovan Mitchell has the ability to be the best player on the court at any time. And if he's fresh, if he's bought in, and he has his crew with him, right? We know Donovan's probably the best option. RJ Barrett, between Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, they're both kind of, B players when it comes to trying to win in the playoffs. And Donovan is so big, he can be that dude. And Jalen Brunson, he's a solid B player. So if you get these guys around Donovan Mitchell and he gets on a roll, I wouldn't be shocked to see them being able to get into a Eastern Conference Finals. But that also depends upon matchups and things like that as well. But I want to know what you all think. Do you guys think that this is a recipe for success for the New York Knicks? Do you think it's something else? Do you think they need another player or whatnot? Let me know in the comments section. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. It's good to drop this video and be back. And I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.